Hello YouTube. Welcome back to the channel. My name is Paul Ruiz, aka as Rap Dude, and today I'm bringing you guys a brand new hyper offensive DELPHOX, Meowscarada, and Sneasler team. This team is supposed to end games on 5 turns. Maybe sometimes a little bit less, but the idea of this team is to basically overwhelm the opponent with damage. And for that, we have a lot of very important supporters like Murkrow and Indeedee, and very strong attackers. So let's break this down before we get into the details of this team. As usual, I encourage all of you that are watching this content, if you can support me, support the channel, it really helps me a ton. So please consider giving a like on the video and also consider subscribing to the channel. As I said, if you want to help me growing here my channel, because I'm trying to, just provide you guys with very good English competitive content from my perspective, of course. As I said in one of the videos, one of the first videos of this channel, my intention is to bring teams that are competitive, but also, trying to showcase Pokemon that are maybe not considered standard, so we can have like different variation, but with always in mind the, let's say, strongest competitive mindset possible, because I built this teams by myself. I am usually the one to build this, and I want to be completely honest with you guys. I really try to put some good amount of effort here, so I hope you enjoy it. Let's begin. Murkrow with Tailwind. Why Murkrow and not Whimsicott? Because Murkrow has Haze, and because we have Haze, that is important for Dondoso. We have Foul Play, Tailwind, Haze, Sunny Day with Terra Ghost. It's a Murkrow that is especially defensive. All the description of the EV spreads and the Pokepace is in the description down below. By the way, if you want to check it out, you have the rental code, for the team on the right side of your screen as well. But this Murkrow is supposed to be especially defensive. That's the idea, to take hits. It can take a Make It Rain from Choice Specs, Terra Steel, Goldengo. And Sunny Day is important in some rain matchups as well. And obviously you have Tailwind, which is important for your team to be, in the driver's seat, since you can outspeed the opponent. Meowscarada, physical attacker of this team. Choice Band with Protein. You have Flower Trick, Knockoff, Low Kick, and Triple Axle. With Protein, you can change types to match one of your attacks before you land the attack. But keep in mind, Protein has been nerfed, and it's only once per time you send Meowscarada to the battle. So if you switch it out and you bring it back later, it can now use Protein again. It basically recycles Protein that way. It used to be different. It used to be, for every single attack, which obviously is way better, but the ability was nerfed. Now, this Meowscarada is Terra Grass. The idea of Terra Grass, of course, Flower Trick is a signature move. It always crits. It's like a, let's say, like a baby Urshifu in that regard. Like, Wiki Blow always crits on Urshifu. Is a dark move. Flower Trick is a grass move and always crits. It's a little bit weaker than Wiki Blow, for instance. It's 70 base power, but it's still pretty strong with access to Meowscarada's, Terra Grass option, plus the Choice Band, and plus Meowscarada has very high speed. That's one of the reasons why this Pokemon can have a spot in this metagame again. Is in a very good speed tier, in my opinion. It's very frail, but offense sometimes is the best defense. If you KO them first, then you don't have to take their attacks. And then we have one of the stars of the show, DELPHOX. This Generation 6 Pokemon from the Kalos region comes now as a fast expanding force user to this regulation. And I was the first to use DELPHOX, maybe not in this YouTube channel, but as I've told you guys before, I have a Spanish channel. And I use DELPHOX in Regulation F, I think, in some of my Spanish videos. And I'm glad that now it has a space here, because it's a very fast expanding force user. It's not extremely fast, but for the standards of usual expanding force users like Hatterene or Armarouge, DELPHOX is faster than Garchomp, for example. Is 104 speed, base speed, and has access to Nasty Plot. That's all that matters, in my opinion. Fast expanding force user with access to Nasty Plot, Terra Psychic to increase your damage output, Life Orb, Indeedee, Helping Hand, that's all that matters. DELPHOX is here to do some damage with the expanding force set. Now, keep in mind, this DELPHOX is Terra Psychic, and it's holding a Life Orb, so you don't necessarily need to click Nasty Plot all the time. Sometimes you can just Terrasilize and get those very powerful expanding forces in terrain with some helping hand support, and you're fine. However, Nasty Blood is welcome, especially if you're next to Indeedee, because Indeedee can just redirect the attacks and you can just get a free Nasty Blood. Flamethrower was preferred because I was having some issues with I was running Heatwave. I was having some issues with Wygar user. Basically, DELPHOX couldn't touch them because Expanding Force is a spread attack, Heatwave was a spread attack, so they can just spam Wygar against me, and that is not ideal, especially for a team that has two supporters that don't do damage. You want to be doing damage with your main attackers as much as possible, so you don't want to, just compromise your damage output because you cannot touch your opponent if they have Wide Guard. So yeah, Flamethrower was preferred for that. It's a max speed, max special attack, timid DELPHOX. We have Indeedee. This Indeedee has no damaging move. That was a tough decision. I initially had it with Dazzling Gleam, but I was having some issues. This is a hyper offensive team, so I was having some issues with Trick Room teams. I did have some ways to play around it, but it was not easy, and I just wanted to make sure that, for YouTube, we just go, we'll go hard on the offensive mode, and we don't have to worry about Trick Room. So I decided to get rid of Dazzling Gleam and put Imprison. So this Indeedee actually cannot damage anything because it doesn't have any damaging move. Imprison, Follow Me, Help Behind Trick Room with Focus Sash, Terra Fairy. Keep that in mind because that's important. Sneasler, another Pokemon that can benefit from terrain, maybe indirectly, but it's not a Psychic type, but it has Unburden and Psychic Seed. So it doubles its speed in terrain. Dire Claw, its signature move. Acrobatics, Close Combat, and Sword Sense, no Protect because this is a team that is designed mainly for the best of one ladder. And it's a bulky set on Sneasler. It's not max speed, max attack. It does have a lot of bulk, so it can be able to actually tank some attacks, especially like things that you cannot redirect. For example, Make It Rain from Choice Specs, Celestial Goldango. With the Psychic Seed, you can take it that fine. You have Dire Claw for damaging grass and figure types. Acrobatics is a very good coverage move in my opinion, especially because it doubles in power after your Psychic Seed is activated. Then Close Combat for your other stab. Keep in mind, this Pokemon does not have Protect. And then finally we have Kommo. I decided to run Kommo here because obviously Dark types can be a problem. Yeah, right, like you have two Psychic types, so King Gambit can be a problem, although you do have Flamethrower and DELPHOX. Incineroar can be a problem. So, what? Like, Tyranitar can be a problem. Kommo can just be extremely good into all of them because of its Iron Defense Body Press set. It has access to Flamethrower and Terrifier. That's a combination that I think is very interesting on Kommo. I haven't seen much exploration. And the idea of this set is that, of course, Body Press is going to be your main damaging move, but there's one Pokemon in the format that is annoying for Kommo, which is Goldango. And Goldango is a nightmare for Kommo unless you have this Terrifier and Flamethrower set. You can just hit it, and since we have Sunny Day on Murkrow, as you probably already noticed, Sunny Day is mainly for DELPHOX if you really need that extra power on your Flamethrowers, and also to get rid of Rain for matchups like our Charlodon, for example. But you can set up the Sun, and then Kommo, believe it or not, can one-shot Goldangos that are choice specs with no bulk. Yep, with Terra, Fire, Flamethrower, and the Sun, it's a clean one-shot on 4 HP Goldango. So I thought that was pretty cool. And I don't know why no one uses it. I don't know why no one uses it, but I wanted to experiment with it. It's a overcooked Kommo. I could have made it maybe bulletproof, so it actually completely walls Goldango. You can Terrifier so you resist Make It Rain, and the bulletproof would make it immune to Shadow Ball. But I decided to keep it overcooked because this team has no real way to stop Amoonguss other than KOing it first. So if that doesn't work because Amoonguss goes for a Terastallization or it's just very, very difficult to KO, Kommo is immune to Amoonguss. So I felt that was probably a little bit more valuable in this team, especially because the majority of the team is offensive. So having a defensive option, a defensive switch in, a mon that can just wall physical attackers and can be immune to Amoonguss, Spore, and Rage Powder, I felt was overall better than necessarily dealing with Goldango. We have ways to deal with Goldango. Kommo itself can deal with Goldango, as I explained. We have obviously DELPHOX, we have Meowscarada with Choice Band Knockoff, and if they Terra into a Steel type, we have Sneasler also with Close Combat. So I felt that was not necessarily the end of the world. We also have Outplay for Murkrow for doing super effective damage, but Amoonguss could be annoying. So yeah, this is a team, guys. You have the rental code in the right side of your screen, and let's begin with the matches. I hope you enjoy, and if you do enjoy, consider subscribing to the channel. That helps me a ton. And yeah, let's begin with the first game. And we found our first opponent of the day, Droeloe, or Droeloe. Gallade, Ursaluna, Talonflame, Primarina, Goldango, and Rillaboom. Gallade could have Trick Room, but it's very, very weird to see a Gallade without Indeedee nowadays. But it's a good Pokemon, even without Psychic Terrain. It could just be a fast Ursaluna because of the Tailwind mode on this team, right? But it could also be a, let's say, not very bested Ursaluna and works in Trick Room. So, if I have to guess, they're gonna go for Trick Room based on how my team looks, right? They could also have Wide Guard, that could be annoying. But if I go DELPHOX Indeedee, that's really bad. If they just go like Tailwind offense. I think I'm gonna go with this. And then for the last one, what do I bring here? I'm gonna bring Meowscarada. I'm not sure if Meowscarada is the right one here because it's choice band, so I cannot. Like, it has moves that can hit everything. Like Primarina, you have a grass move, you have ice moves for Rillaboom, you have knockoff for Goldango, you have low kick for Ursaluna, you have moves for everything, but the problem is you can only use one per time with this set. So they're going Primarina and Talonflame. Okay. I can switch Murkrow out into Indeedee and just Expanding Force. That's a play I have. Terra, of course. I can also Tailwind, but without Terrain, DELPHOX doesn't do that much damage. I'm going to switch into Indeedee, and I'm going to click Expanding Force Terra. Talonflame's going to go down from this. I don't think Primarina's going down ever. It's probably going to do maybe around 60 to 70%. But that's fine. Primarina has the Liquid Voice ability, so it can go for Hyper Voice. And obviously damage DELPHOX, that is a fire type hitting me super effectively. That's why we are getting rid of our fire type in here to get that boosted Expanding Force and not being weak to water. Let's see what the Talonflame does. I imagine Tailwind. Oh, it's going for Acrobatics. They are going for Acrobatics because of the Psychic Terrain that's blocked. Keep in mind that Talonflame has the Gale Wings ability, which, oh, did I say 60%? That's 90%, my friend. Talonflame has the Gale Wings ability, which gives priority to flying moves, and Indeedee with Psychic Terrain obviously blocks that. So that's the reason why the Gale Wings boosted Acrobatics didn't work on DELPHOX, because it's a priority move, so Psychic Terrain protected me against priority moves. Now, that's a good start for sure, but I imagine they were going to bring Rillaboom here. Now, the question here is, do I predict them to U-turn? Because, like, switching out Indeedee is pretty obvious, right? I still think it's fine. They can just U-turn to Indeedee and Hyper Voice. Do I predict that? I don't think I want to predict that. I just want to play safe. I think they can predict this. It's pretty obvious. I would predict this if I was my opponent. But, I don't know. I just want to play safe. Rillaboom is scary. I can get some recovery also. Because the other play I had was just like click follow me, Expanding Force into the Primarina, predicting they were going to like U-turn the Indeedee. But I didn't want that. Yeah, they just went for Fake Out. and Hyper Voice. Now, here's the thing. The switch into Needy is pretty obvious, right? I can switch into Needy and click Expanding Force. I can protect Primarina and go for a attack with his Rillaboom. Do I predict that and just go for Flamethrower? I think I'm going to predict that, honestly. I think this is time for me to predict and maybe get a KO. He didn't protect. Okay, so that means Primarina obviously is attacking. I have Meowscarada in the back. Went for Moonblast into the Murkrow. So we got this turn correctly. And now, I bring Indeedee, and I can Expanding Force. Or I can bring Meowscarada. No, I'm going to keep Meowscarada for the end game. And it's Ursaluna. Okay, I just get to click Helping Hand Expanding Force, and it should be game over. Unless the Ursaluna has a Dark Terra or something. I don't see Ursaluna surviving this. Or maybe it does if it's a Solvest. Let's see. It could be a Solvest. It's Terra Normal. Okay. What if he's a Scarf, though? Scarf Ursaluna. That would be a new one. I don't think it outspeeds DELPHOX anyways. Or maybe it does. Okay, Helping Hand, Expanding Force, Terra Psychic into Rain. How much do you take from this? Bop, gone. Okay, GG to our opponent. I had to make the call that turn with the foul play Flamethrower. I thought it was very possible they would protect Primarina or maybe try to read the Murkrow switching out. So I took the risk. It was a great game. GG to our opponent. That was a win for us. First match of the day. Let's get into our second battle of the day. And we found our second opponent of the day. Honestly, DELPHOX single-handedly just beat our last opponent's team. That was crazy. DELPHOX is so strong, man. Another Gallade. It didn't come to the previous one, but maybe it comes this one. Gallade, Dragapult, Pelipper, Primarina, Rillaboom, and Archaludon. Pelipper Primarina is a new one for me. Okay. Archaludon Pelipper. That obviously requires some respect. I also kind of want to go DELPHOX. Murkrow lead, but it's kind of tough if they go Dragapult, right? Sneasler is not a bad pick here, actually. I have a lot of things to hit for super effective. I also kind of want Meowscarada, but no. I have to go like DELPHOX and then Indeedee and Sneasler in the back. Meowscarada was in the back in the previous game, though. It was waiting for its chance to come and just clean the game. So I did bring it technically last game. It's just like it didn't actually participate in the match. But I don't think it's needed for me to bring Meowscarada in this game. I think Sneasler is a little bit more versatile here because obviously I can change into different moves. And Sneasler has a lot of offensive moves to hit this opponent's team for super effective. Gallade Pelipper. Okay, so I don't like this because there are lots of things that can happen here. This Gallade can have Wide Guard. What if he has like a dark move, like Knife Slash or something? I can Sunny Day. and go for Flamethrower. I just don't think that's gonna be enough. Gallade has a very good um, special defense, from what I remember. It's like 115. Unless it's offensive. But I really think I should go for that. Maybe they have like no bulk or something. Yeah, I'm gonna go for that. Oh, they switched Pelipper out. Into our Chaludon. And they're terrestrializing Gallade. Oh no. Is he Terra Dark Night Slash or something? It's Terra Ghost. Interesting. Why would you go Terra Ghost? That feels weird. Now I get it. Bye, DELPHOX. Oh! I thought that was maybe enough. And it was offensive. Oh no, we have, never mind. We have Blaze. So he activated Blaze for us. He activated Blaze for us. So that's why. Okay, okay. Okay. Dragapult's here, so I'm gonna Tailwind and Protect. Right? I'm gonna Tailwind Protect. Maybe it also has Shadow Sneak on his, no, not Shadow Sneak, Sucker Punch. Dragapult does not learn. Wait, it has Shadow Sneak, the Gallade? Maybe this is a weakness policy, Dragapult? Oh, it's Thunder Wave. Are you Sash or something? And Snarl. Wow. I didn't expect that, but... So... If I Terra, I should KO this Dragapult. Do I want to Terra Sneasler into a flying type? I don't think so. So, I might just burn the Terra here. I don't expect our Chaludon to go down, but I want to do as much damage as possible to it anyways. And most importantly, I want to KO the Dragapult. I think Dragapult KOs unless it's Focus Sash. But the Pelipper should have the Focus Sash, right? I think Pelipper should... I mean, it could be anything. It's the latter at the end of the day. Oh. Nice play, nice play. However, if this Pelipper is not Focus Sash, it should go down. Should go down. And Mercury can be Dragapult. So let's see. How much are we doing to our Chaludon? I imagine around 50%, not more than that. Even less. Oh, it's not Sash in the Pelipper. So the Dragapult might be Sash. The Dragapult might be Sash. With first Snarl. And missed on DELPHOX! Come on, DELPHOX! That's amazing. Oh, his leftovers. His really leftovers are Chaludon. Wow. How many Tailwind turns we have? 2. So I'm gonna Helping Hand, Expanding Force. I think that's no-brainer. The battle was cancelled. Okay, DELPHOX dodging that Snarl. I'm sorry, but it's time for DELPHOX to shine finally after 3 generations. Okay, GG, let's get into our next battle of the day. And we found our next opponent of the day, Celenex. which is using a Sneasler balance team. Amoonguss, Primarina, Goldengo, Sneasler, Incineroar, and Porygon 2. There's no terrain here, so this Sneasler might be maybe a Life Orb variant, maybe a Focus Sash variant with Poison Touch, I imagine. Kommo-o is looking amazing into everything that is not Primarina, honestly. So they have a Trick Room team here, and Goldengo with Redirection. And Incineroar. So Incineroar obviously demands respect. If you're using DELPHOX, Incineroar is probably one of your worst nightmares. So that's why we have two fighting types here, but which one do I bring? Because they're going to intimidate us, right? He might even have Snarl. You know what? I'm just going to go in DD DELPHOX right off the bat. And then I think I'm going to go Kommo and Sneasler. I could bring Meowscarada, but I think Sneasler is overall more flexible, right? I still have ways to hit Primarina with Dire Claw. Obviously, I would have to be very careful with their Incineroar, because if they intimidate me, that can be a issue. Okay, hear me out. I can Imprison Protect here. How much is Porygon taken from, like, Expanding Force, in terrain, Helping Hand? Oh, that's a lot. Around 70%. I can Imprison Protect. Yeah, I can Imprison Protect. And then next turn, I can Follow Me Nasty Plot. And I think I KO Porygon if I have a +2 special attack. We'll see. Incineroar goes for a knockoff into DELPHOX, and I imagine Porygon is trying to go for a Trick Room, right? Yep. No Trick Room for you, my friend. So now I go for a Nasty Plot, and the question is, do I go for a Terra on Indeedee just to resist the knockoff? Do I need Indeedee for anything else? I think the answer is no. I don't need Indeedee for anything else. But I wonder if I can KO Incineroar with Sneasler. What if it's like a very bulky on the physical side? I'm just gonna do it anyways. Follow Me Nasty Plot. And I bring Sneasler and I click Close Combat. Should KO Incineroar. And if they Terra, I just Expanding Force anyways. Knock off on the Indeedee. Get rid of the Focus Sash, and then Porygon is going to follow with a Terra Blast, right? Yeah. Okay. If my calc is correct, I should be KOing Porygon with a Expanding Force +2 here. It's a Life Orb DELPHOX. I think my play here is just Close Combat Expanding Force. Of course, I need the Psychic Terra for that, but I think that's what I should be doing. Well, we're gonna figure it out. Close combat into Incineroar. Terra Psychic Expanding Force. It's coming. I don't think you have switch-ins to this. You are pinned, my friend. Maybe he just switches out Incineroar, sacks whatever, and then brings Incineroar back. I think that's his best play, honestly. Yeah. He has to keep Incineroar so it can, like, actually... Okay. But Goldingo is not a switch into this. His play is correct, though. He had to switch out Incineroar so he can bring back Incineroar, intimidate the Sneasler, so Sneasler does not KO Incineroar, and he can, like, obviously knock off the DELPHOX or something. But this is also fine, I think. We have 2 more turns of terrain after this one, if I'm not mistaken. How much is Goldingo taking from this? Was that a crit? That was a crit on Porygon. I don't think the crit mattered. That was not a crit on Goldingo. It survived with 1 HP. Invisible Focus Ash. That's crazy, man. That is crazy damage. Now, the good thing is that since I didn't close combat, I don't have the drops on Sneasler, so I still get these special defense boosts from the seed. And I can Sword Sense. He has to bring Incineroar. This is nature of the hyper-offensive team, my friend. So, if I didn't have Imprison on my Indeedee, which is what I was explaining, you know, earlier in the video when I shared the team, this kind of matches were like tough. Oh, it's a Mungus. Why do you bring a Mungus? Are you just gonna double protect Soul Terrain? I want to close combat the Amungus. What if he's like Terra Dark Amungus? I think the only way is like his Terra Dark Amungus. So I'm gonna CC the Amungus, honestly. Like, he has to protect here. And I have Kommo in the back, so Incineroar is not a problem. I just need to eliminate this Goldingo. Okay, his sacking Goldingo, so Kommo just wins. He does not have offense anymore. Expanding Force. I told you Goldingo was not a switch into this. That's the power of DELPHOX. +2, Life Orb boosted, Psychic Terra boosted, Expanding Force. So I think his only chance here, or maybe what he's trying to do, is just get a double protect with a Mungus and Incineroar KOing. But I think even then, I have Kommo in the back. How are you beating Kommo? He doesn't know I have Kommo, but I do have Kommo. So I'm just going to Expanding Force, and I'm going to Sword Sense, I think. Like, if the Mungus, it could be Terra Psychic. I've seen some Terra Psychic Mungus lately. I think Terra Psychic is very good in the Mungus against Trick Room teams because it resists Gallade 2 stabs. But I think Sword Sense here and just sacking DELPHOX in case he gets the double. Gives me a free switch into... Yeah, he's trying to go for the double. Gives me a free switch into Kommo, and Kommo just wins. Sword Sense. And, yep, we just ended the game in 4 turns. He's going to KO DELPHOX here, but DELPHOX did his job. Pop. Knock off into DELPHOX, I imagine, right? Yeah. Thank you for your service, DELPHOX. We appreciate all your hard work. And unfortunately for my opponent, let me tell you, I have a Kommo for you, my friend, in the bag. Well, maybe the Incineroar has Terra Ghost. He hasn't Terra yet. I'm just gonna go for Iron Defense. And I'm gonna click Dire Claw to this thing. The battle was cancelled. GG. That's why you should have Imprison on this indeed, in my opinion. It makes this kind of games way easier, especially because this team is designed for the best of one ladder. So GG to our opponent. Let's get into our next match of the day. And we found our next opponent. We're playing against MoxieBoosted. Oh, we're playing against MoxieBoosted. This is a very known YouTuber from the US. I wonder if he's streaming now. Porygon C though. Porygon C, Excalibur, Little Ninetales, Volcarona, Mungus, and Palafin. Okay, no terrain control, but they have Aurora Veil with Excalibur. I still think I can just Expanding Force everything to death. With Murkrow in the back to like maybe haste the Volcarona. What if the Porygon has like Trick Room? As for the last one, I think Sneasler is also good here. Yeah, have close combat for the Porygon, acrobatics for the Mungus and the Volcarona, Dire Claw for the Ninetales. Is kommo-o any good here? There are two Ice types though. I can always Terra. That's true, I can always Terra. But I'm gonna go with Sneasler. So, hope this is a fun match. I know MoxieBoosted. Besides being a famous YouTuber, he's also a competitive Pokemon player. So we've had the chance to met at some tournaments. Volcarona and Ninetales, yeah, so that was expected. That was 100% expected. I don't want a nasty plot because my plan is to haze. Later. So this Volcarona is probably going to try to go for Quiver Dances. Now, there's one issue though. What if the Volcarona has a Bug move? Then it would be a problem for this DELPHOX. Like Buck Buzz or Struggle Bug. Is the Ninetales faster than the DELPHOX? They should be, right? Yeah, they are faster. But, like, I'm getting the Helping Hand boost here, so let's see how much this does. Should do a ton, right? Oh my goodness! That is a clean one-shot through Aurora Veil. What? That Volcarona had no bulk, maybe, or I'm just underestimated DELPHOX power. Wow. I was not expecting that. Porygon C and what, Excalibur? I don't think you bring a Mungus here. Yeah, it is Excalibur. Well, there's one thing though. Like this Porygon C could have Trick Room, but honestly, I'm just gonna click Helping Hand, Expanding Force. I could trick Imprison. I could do Imprison, but it's terrestrializing the Porygon. Just gonna go for Blizzard spam. Okay. Are you Scarf? Are you Scarf though? No, no Scarf. So let's see how much this does. I'm not expecting this to get a double KO this time, but it should do a ton. I don't know what to say. I don't know what to say. He clicked Aurora Veil turn 1. Someone explains this to me. Please. My friend MoxieBoosted, if you were watching this game, I didn't expect this to KO. You had no answers to Expanding Force spam, so I just clicked it. I'm sorry. You know. Okay, so GG to our friend MoxieBoosted. That was a very fast game, I would say. As I said, he didn't have many answers to Expanding Force, and like Terra Psychic DELPHOX Helping Hand was just so tempting to click turn one. You know, when you have things that are middle speed or not very fast, and your opponent has this kind of offense, is very difficult to find answers, and he didn't have too many answers. He just had to hope that something survived so he could like maybe get the KO on DELPHOX, but it was not possible. And I still had Sneasler in the back, so yeah, that was a fast game. But this is the team, guys. You have the rental code in the first part of the video. Also, the PokePaste is in the description down below. So if you enjoyed this video, please show your support by leaving a like on the video, and most importantly, please consider subscribing to my channel to help me grow more my community here. And that's it for now. Thank you guys for watching. Until next time, peace.